New cases and deaths associated with the coronavirus.
The World Health Organization has declared coronavirus a global pandemic with more than 180.
We're following the breaking pandemic news. The United States just topped 9 million confirmed coronavirus cases. The number of...
All right, guys. Too low. I have COVID. All right, after a year since this whole thing became a pandemic, I finally got it, and I knew it was only a matter of time. I remember reading an article like a year ago that said most of us will end up getting COVID. And so when I read that, I remember thinking like, okay, it's not if, but when. In a way, I kind of like that attitude because I didn't approach everywhere I went with like so much fear and anxiety. Over not trying to get a virus. It was more just like when it happens, it happens. The past year, I've lived in Hong Kong, LA, and then I spent the past 2 months in the Middle East. So obviously, like, I knew I'm taking my chances by traveling. There's only so much you can do to lower your risk. But at the same time, inevitably, every time you leave your house, you increase your chances of getting COVID more and more and more. So a lot of people ask me like, well, how did you get COVID? Obviously, there's no exact way to know, but I'm pretty sure what happened was indoor dining. Turkey only recently announced that restaurants could be open indoor for indoor dining. And so since that happened, there has been an uptick in cases here in Istanbul. And I've eaten indoors at least 2 or 3 times just in the past 2 weeks. And so I'm pretty confident that that's, what happened. That's probably where I got COVID from. Today is the 4th day since I've had my symptoms. I did get my positive test just yesterday, which by the way, I will say the test experience in Turkey was absolutely so efficient. It took less time to walk in, get a COVID test, and walk out than it takes to go to Starbucks. And the results came about 4 hours later. In the US, I had to book my appointment days in advance, and it took 3 to 4 days to get my results. So props to Turkey for that. The experience of getting COVID in Turkey was pretty interesting. After the lab called me, then they called my hotel to notify them. They told me to, make sure I don't leave the hotel for 10 days. And somebody from the Ministry of Health actually came to visit me and bring me some medicine and check on me, which was pretty cool. I know the symptoms are different for everyone, so I'm just gonna share the symptoms that I've experienced. Definitely a lot of fatigue, a lot of like sleeping 12 hours a night. Mild fever, my fever was never like super high, but for a few days I had a fairly strong fever. No appetite at all, a lot of nauseousness. I haven't really craved food at all, and I've been eating very kind of bare minimum. In terms of taste, I do have my taste. Smell, my smell is not as good as normal, but yeah, I've definitely lost some of my smell for now. Usually when I've been sick in the past, it's like there's a peak and then you feel better. With this one, I definitely feel like, I'm getting better, and then all of a sudden I feel like kind of bad. I think the key for now is just to take things a little bit slower, to slow down. This was a sign for me to just slow down. In addition to getting better, my biggest priority is making sure that nobody else gets COVID from me. So I'll just be hanging in, and really making sure that nobody can get near me. Actually, housekeeping knocked on my door and her mask was under her nose, and I wouldn't open the door even though I was double masked, ready to meet her to get a towel. But I really, will do my best to make sure that others will not get infected, because I know how contagious this is. As somebody who's been traveling the past couple months, it comes with the territory. Most people are staying at home, they're not leaving their house, and at minimum, this was inevitable, right? Inevitably, you're gonna get COVID if the more times you leave the house. Overall though, I'm lucky that my hotel room has a balcony and a nice street view. So I'm not gonna go too crazy in isolation here, and that'll be good. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. All in good health. Subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you again soon.